I mean, there should, in theory, be room for all of these things. The thing that you're most concerned with is movement, the performance, is whether your character is actually conveying what they're feeling. But, you know, that whole frame is only going to be running past your eye for 1/24 of a second. You don't know that it's working. There's no way that you can do a drawing, then you do another drawing, then it's going to be sent off to some other department and someone's going to fill drawings in the middle of that and it's all going to move. You do rough drawings and they don't work, and so you try it again. I keep getting forced to do animation faster. I can't do 30 seconds worth of animation in a week. I need 8 weeks. When you stop the frame and scrutinize it, you can find things that are wrong. And they can be, they can stay wrong. They can stay, that human touch can remain.
To make it yellow, just add a little fellow. If it's orange you make, mix in a tiny snake. And to make it green, put in something real mean.
Yes, it was magic. Working on computers and sort of zooming in and like shifting that pixel across or changing its color and things, I think it's a lesson that has to be learned.
We like 3D stuff. We haven't seen it before. It's the novel thing. It's the new thing. It's the thing that we're interested in.
What?
It's actually creating three-dimensional models which can encapsulate real lighting, real shadows and movement within the model itself. So you don't have to draw the shadows, it does it for you.
What difference does it make?
Huge! So 2D is more expensive and more time-consuming. 3D is no less time-consuming, but it is easier, possibly, to do. No, I think that they're two distinct different art forms. It's like saying, is portrait painting killing landscape painting? I think there's going to be a need for both. It's just that the preference is now, it's out of fashion, people like 3D, and I think that that's the way that it's going.
That's not a duck, it's a pelican!
You couldn't do that level of realism because it wasn't possible. They didn't have the technology. Now we have the technology. So I think the style has been driven entirely. You can make it as cartoony or as realistic as you like. You're only limited by your imagination. Whereas when you're filming real films, you're limited by gravity. You're limited by realistic sets. You're limited by what is physically possible to build. Everything has to be built from scratch, including the colours of the skin, the colours of the eyes. Whereas when in the real world, if you're designing something for a movie, you've got an actor who's got blue eyes. That's what you get.
A human! A human!
The storytelling has to be central. And then once you've got the storytelling right, once you've got the script right, you can then go in and develop the films. 3D artists need to know how to draw. They need to know how to do perspective. They need to know how to do proportion. And without those 2D drawing skills, without those basic art skills, if you can't conceptualise with a pencil sketch, it's very difficult to be a very good 3D artist. I still think 2Ds has a place in the market. I just don't think it's going to happen as frequently as we saw before.
Boom!
Chest down, rear up. Chest up, rear down. This is the way to think about actions. We're looking for where things are stretched, where things are compressed, what is up and what is down, and in what order the weight is transferred to each leg.